And this year,
hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke. Now it's in. Well, he's the glue that holds the team together, DA. Always important to have a guy who can fire up his teammates. Just getting our feet wet here in the early season. But Doris, for the talented teams that aren't coming together yet, how long do you think before they have to make some adjustments?
Well, I certainly don't think you take any observation you've made in the first 20 of the games of the season and run with it. It's such a short span of time to evaluate. And again, you may be having players who are not 100% healthy or are not quite in NBA game shape yet because of whatever occurred in the offseason. So I would think decisions are not made in the NBA in terms of, okay, do we need to make a trade? Do we need to adjust starters versus those who are coming off the bench? What's our rotation? Who's getting what kind of minutes? I would certainly think the feeling out process is as long as 20 games. Listen, if you're a GM, you're always in observation mode, but I think in terms of decision making, boy, before 20 games, I don't think you know what you have.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. Steph Curry's out there at DeRozan, and it's McGee in at the center position. Outside Butler, a 3-ball. They get it again. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Well, second chance bucket, right? You have to put a body on Towns or he'll devastate you.
Outside Green from deep 3-point range. Jimmy Butler with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's, Greg, been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
And DeRozan kicks to Curry. Inside, Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Green's got his first basket of the night.
Boy, you have to respect how crafty Draymond Green is on the interior. Has the ability to get deep inside and finish with ease.
And the dunk by Towns.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Here's Durant. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
How about the quick jump from Kevin Durant? He was impressive on that one.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play.
And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's McGee. That one, no good. Nice D from Bogut. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player.
Boy, how bright is the future for Karl Anthony Towns. The guy's already putting up 25 and 12 in his second year. This guy led every big man in double-doubles last year. He dominates every category you want a big man to impact.
And the Warriors making a change here. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Gibson comes in for Draymond Green. Muhammad, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Nick Young is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. That one from long range. Curry's got 5 now. And talking about Towns' doors, and his double-doubles last season ended up being 3rd overall amongst all players, trailing only Westbrook and Harden. Not too bad company at all.
Well, yeah, there's no question. It's amazing to me, Kev, how easy Karl Anthony Towns makes it look. He puts huge numbers up on a nightly basis, and to be honest, he's going to be regarded very soon as the best big man in the league.
Back to Curry. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there.
And taking a look at some of the stats here for Stephen Curry. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 25 points per game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
And he makes both free throws. Well, with Taj Gibson on the court, you know you're going to get great energy and intensity, and you're going to get it at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, there's no question. The fervor that Gibson plays with on the defensive end, to me, rubs off on his teammates. He never takes a play off. He works endlessly to make life tough for his assignment. This guy is underrated as a defensive force in the NBA.
Bogut. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Yeah, and that's just Butler staying alert, right? He keeps his eyes up. He's willing to make the extra pass. This guy understands the game.
There's a good screen. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Towns against Gibson. Towns kicks to Bogut. And finished off by Bogut.
That's a big, talented guy. Bogut does a lot of damage right around the rim.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
That final score really caught a lot of people off guard. I think we would have to quantify that one as an upset.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt. They came in as the favorite, seemed to lose their confidence down the stretch, started to play tight, and let that one slip away.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Kevin Durant comes in for Shabazz Muhammad, and it's Iguodala in for Steph Curry. Lowry against Durant, kicks it to Iguodala. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Lowry up top. He's covered by Iguodala. And too long on the shot.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
Durant kicks to Iguodala. And the Warriors miss again. Timberwolves leading by 5. It's Miles on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists in the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
In the corner, Miles with it. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Aldridge, and Cole Aldridge with the slam.
As great a scorer as Kevin Durant is, he is an unselfish player and takes great pride in getting his teammates a good look.
Pass to Butler. Timberwolves passing it around. Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Durant. Coming off a terrific season. 9th in blocks, 13th in scoring, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
Great anticipation and timing. That's how he ended up a top 10 shot blocker. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Warriors trail by 9. .130 left here in the first quarter. And that one drops. And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
Passes it to Iguodala. Back to Durant. Durant drawing the double team. And so it's Golden State with it. From about 16. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle, but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Young. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Nick Young's checked in for Kevin Durant. Warriors trail by 7. Pass to DeRozan. The kick out to Young.
That's his 2nd foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Hard to believe that for a long time the Warriors were one of the bottom-dwelling teams in the NBA. When this ownership group took over, it completely changed the franchise.
Right. There were some highs for Warrior fans if you think about the Rick Barry era, the Run TMC years, and of course We Believe. But this team clearly has been the high point of this franchise. I admire Warriors fans because even through the losing, they stuck with their team.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
No good on that one. McDermott's checked in for Anunoby. Good on the second free throw. And the Timberwolves with possession here. 4-point game. Here's Crawford. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, my goodness. That is how to attack the rim. Don't give the defense time to react. That's beautiful.
Outside DeRozan. Inside. Here's Aldridge. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. 1 second left. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Aldridge. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by... And Steph Curry, a player within the gym.
And we're 5-6 feet outside that.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
I'll tell you, rejection after rejection. The other team having a tough time scoring.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Iguodala out there at DeRozan. Then there's Cole Aldrich. Then there's Nick Young. And it's Gibson in at the 4. Or it seems like every position on the floor is doing more multitasking these days, asked to do more, play differently. So when you're thinking about guards, which do you think do the best job of generating offense, say, out of the post?
Well, the preeminent player that comes to mind is Dwayne Wade. And this is a guy who at his prime athletically was as good in the transition game as anybody in the history of the game. I know you had certain NBA analysts who have called him arguably one of the best two guards to ever play it. The current iteration of this guy is probably DeMar DeRozan, right? We talked about the loss of the mid-range. Well, DeMar DeRozan is excellent in the mid-range, and now they're starting to put him in the low post and let him use his size and his length to create a little fadeaway jump shot. Really pretty to watch and effective for any number of guards.
You nailed it.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Livingston up top, guarded by Kerr. Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And DeRozan kicks to Curry. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. 10 points for Steph Curry.
Well, guys, really good court vision, allowing DeRozan to make that pass. You know, he sees the play developing way in advance.
Back to Livingston. There's the pass to Patton. McGee with the block. Green kicks to McGee. Golden State moving the ball around. Takes the 13-footer, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, the defense harassing him every step of the way makes that a really tough look. That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
DeRozan passes to Young. McGee's shot is off.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Zhang, a screen. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Well, we're accustomed to seeing this kind of selfless play from Gorgui Zhang. Sets his teammate with a beautiful screen.
You look at the height of Sean Livingston, Doris, and how he is able to both score and facilitate for others. He is a coach's dream in that regard.
Well, Sean Livingston is a mismatch nightmare because with his size, he can shoot over most point guards in the post or in the mid-range. But then if you put a bigger player on him, he can create mismatches at other positions. He's a tough guard.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
I'll tell you, Gorgui Zhang is improving and becoming a value at the center spot with all that length. He challenges shots. He's got a nice face-up touch. There's a lot to like with this guy.
And the Warriors making a change here. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kevin Durant comes in for Nick Young. Norman Powell's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Iguodala in for Curry.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And with Zhang's length and touch, you feel comfortable playing him at either the 4 or the 5. And also versatile enough, Doris, to play as a starter or off the bench.
Right. It's hard to find a big man who does as much as Gorgui Zhang. He doesn't necessarily dominate in one area, but this guy always finds a way to contribute.
Durant, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Durant's got 8 points.
How about Kevin Durant on the dribble drive? What to do with this guy? He's got so many ways he can hurt you.
Livingston with it. 9 points in the game so far. McDermott passes to Patton. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Again, Durant missing. Timberwolves leading by 10. Livingston up top. He's covered by Iguodala. McDermott kicks to Livingston. Green with the block.
Draymond Green twice on the pipe, sends it right back to the shooter.
In the corner, Powell with it. Back to Green. And the rejection by Zhang. Now here's Livingston. In the corner, it's Crawford. Uncovered. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, the defense paying no attention at all to him, and all he can do is throw up a brick. Ouch.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Takes a 3. The Warriors pull it in. This is their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
Now here's Livingston. He's covered by Iguodala.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
You know, and I'm not seeing any urgency out of this defense, especially considering the deficit in the score.
To the paint, here's Patton in the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
You know, really found his stroke here in the 2nd quarter after missing everything in the 1st.
Here's Durant, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Boy, think about last season for Kevin Durant, guys. He was putting up yet another MVP-type season before that knee injury made him miss extended time. But then he comes back, and he's the MVP of the NBA Finals. I think he'd make that trade, guys.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Then for the Warriors, Taj Gibson's checked in for Green, and Nick Young is subbed in for Powell. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. And for Durant last season was filled with so much scrutiny for his decision to leave Oklahoma City, go to Golden State. Still, he was having an elite year with his offense before that knee issue.
Well, there's so much talk about where Kevin Durant chose to play that people tended to forget a few things. This is one of the most dangerous and consistent scorers we've ever seen in the NBA, and he will find a way to blend his skill in with any team.
Muhammad, he's checked in for the Warriors. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Young.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Nick Young on the wing. Back to Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson, a terrific athlete, easily gets off the floor to finish with authority.
Lowry kicks to Miles. Towns down low. Gibson on him. And finished off by Bogut.
Boy, that's just great passing out of the double team. They had him bottled up, but he manages to create an easy basket out of all that pressure.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Free throw no good for Bogut. A player who measures his impact, Greg, on the game at the defensive end, the 7-footer Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, and it's interesting. He said he was a horrible defender at the University of Utah. Soaked up the game from the great defenders in the NBA. Learning defensive 3 seconds, when to go, when not to. He's a master now.
Lowry against Iguodala. Lowry kicks to Bogut. And at the top of the key, Towns. It's rebounded by Golden State. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds in this game. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Lowry drawing the double team. And Aldridge sends it back.
No, we see it here. Well, on a per-minute basis, Aldridge has been one of the league's best shot blockers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Lowry. Towns the screen. Lowry kicks to Miles. Three-pointer, Butler. Offensive rebound. The 3. He hits the shot at the very last second.
Goodness.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. For the Timberwolves, Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra.
And we're just about ready for the start.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side. Timberwolves leading by 6. We've got Bogut. C.J. Miles is out there with Towns. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Lowry in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. He kicks it to Towns. That's a 2 from Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 3rd assist on the night.
What a quick read by Towns, always keeping his head up.
From deep. The shot by Curry, no good.
And you know, he's got the ability, but the question is that really the best shot you can get?
You know, I don't think so, Greg. The defense will give up that deep a shot all day. You got to continue to move the basketball.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Durant dishes to Green. It's Durant on the wing. And the rejection by Towns.
A terrific effort by Towns. Sticks with the play and sends it back.
Minnesota in the lead. Now Lowry. Screen by Bogut. Lowry kicks to Butler. And he comes up with the deuce. Butler's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
You look at the influences and former coaches of Steve Kerr, and it's easy to see why Kerr has been a success as a coach.
Well, I think if you look about how this man goes about his business, it's important to recognize he played for Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich, and certainly takes advantage of the wisdom he learned from 2 of the all-time greats. Think back to his college coach, Luke Olson. So much of his offensive approach with the fast pace and the discipline came from Luke. It's so smart to take a little bit from each one of the mentors and the guys you've played for.
Durant, the pass to Green. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Towns.
Boy, you've got to love the cleverness of Draymond Green. You know he loves to get guys up in the air. He sells it so well.
What can you say about the playmaking ability of Draymond Green? He has evolved, Doris, into a point forward for one of the most high-powered offenses in NBA history.
Right, Draymond Green makes this system work. He's got tremendous vision. He can handle the basketball, can create for his teammates, and most importantly, he's an unselfish guy who wants his teammates to score.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Young for three, rebounded by Bogut. Timberwolves leading by 8. There's the feed to Butler. Draymond Green with the rebound.
As long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
And it's Iguodala with the jam.
Now, this is why guys love playing with Draymond Green. If you're open, he'll find you, and his feel for the game is amazing.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Greg has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Views it as a challenge, almost an insult if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor.
McGee's shot is off.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Here's Butler. Gibson with the steal. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Towns dishes to Lowry. Towns a screen on Curry. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Doris, you've watched the game of basketball develop over the years, but it seems like over the past 5 seasons, there's been a real shift in what is considered a good shot. Talk about that if you could.
Well, there was a moment in last year's finals where Steph Curry is leading a transition opportunity where it's a 3-on-2, and normally you are taught, go get a layup. Well, Steph had Kevin Durant in front of him, and instead of passing to KD, he stops and shoots a pull-up 3. The three-pointer and playing with pace are the most extreme differences in this year's NBA.
The pull-up 3 really took a lot of focus, I thought, this past playoff season, didn't you?
Oh, I agree. And it's incredible the freedom that these guys have to go ahead and pull the trigger. Now, whether that's analytics-based, Kevin, or whether it's just the skill level changing of the players, that's an interesting question.
There's a good screen. And again, no good by Golden State. Minnesota leading by 12. Butler with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Outside for Lowry. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Lowry's got 5 now.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
But they recover it. Young in the corner. Shot to stop the drought. Drops in the tray. He's got 11.
Kev, how good a passer is Andre Iguodala, showing off his incredible court vision there.
Screen by Bogut. Lowry kicks to Miles. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. To the inside. Here's Gibson. He dishes it to Aldridge. Muhammad on the wing. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That is his first foul of the game. Doris, one result of the new CBA, minimum contracts increasing 45%. That's a big help to the NBA's working class, I think.
Well, I don't think there's any question that you see increasingly role players, someone like Draymond Green, whose value has not necessarily translated in terms of points per game, but his value to winning can't be calculated. And you're right. You see important role players and guys below the superstar level increasingly becoming better compensated. And hey, listen, there's more of the pie to go around. Who doesn't enjoy a little more cherry pie, Kev?
Yeah, good thoughts. Good thoughts. Butler passes to Lowry. Back to Butler. And Aldridge sends it back. And Muhammad kicks to Iguodala. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Butler dishes to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Bogut down low, working on Aldridge. Lets it go with a three. Lowry can't get it to go.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Wasted no time on that one. Young's got 5 points now this quarter. Timberwolves leading by 10. There's 53 seconds left in the third. And the wide open shot from Miles. Launches a three. Drills it from outside. Miles has got 11.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
The dish to Aldridge. And Cole Aldridge with the slam.
But you just can't allow a guy that kind of position. Aldridge leaves no doubt.
And the foul on Cole Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Minnesota making some changes. Livingston up top. He's covered by Iguodala. Batten's shot is off.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And Muhammad kicks to Gibson. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Fires for three. Rebound, Minnesota. Livingston passes to Anunoby. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with it.
Keep the ball moving. Quick decisions.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Warriors trail by 13 on the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Durant and Draymond Green, talented forward duo. DeRozan out there with Curry, and it's McGee in at the 5 down low. Livingston with it. Curry meets him. Here's Anunoby, and it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. Livingston's got 6 assists now in the game. Outside Curry. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
I'm not sure there's a more dangerous catch-and-shoot player in the NBA than Steph Curry. If you give him space, look out.
Here's Livingston. He doesn't hit that one. Curry with the defensive effort. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Here is Livingston. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Stolen by Durant. Lets it go from 11. They get it again. Ball stolen. And here's Livingston. Crawford passes to Patton. Kicks it out to Crawford, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Warriors trail by 13. To the inside. Outside for Curry. Launches it. Tries again. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half. And that's a great way to cut into the lead.
And the free throw, no good. And Doris, as many NBA teams are doing, the Minnesota Timberwolves now have their own G League affiliate.
Well, and to me, this is a smart move by the organization, Kev, because it gives them a lot of flexibility in how they develop players. It's a very useful tool given their young talent. Only positives have come from teams purchasing G League affiliates.
Jang, no luck.
Challenging the shot has almost the same effect as blocking it.
No doubt, especially when the shooter knows that a defender is draped all over him. That kind of activity alters shots.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Free throw good, Green.
I'll tell you, a little bit of an old-school offensive approach for DeMar DeRozan. He doesn't focus on that three-point shot, guys. He wants to attack the paint and work himself to the free throw line. It's been effective.
And the Timberwolves call time. And with a long-range shot becoming such a staple, Doris, do you think DeRozan's game suffers for his aversion to threes?
I don't at all, Kevin, because he's perfected his style of play. He's the master of the mid-range. This guy draws a ton of fouls, and because you've got to send an extra defender, his teammates get space to operate.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Andrew Bogut checked in for Patton. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Gorgie Dang. Butler, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Sean Livingston. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. And we'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
Thank you, David. McGee is screen on Lowry. Curry kicks to McGee. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. Off target from outside.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
Shot's good by Durant.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Screen by Bogut. Towns a screen on Curry. From deep, Miles. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And the Timberwolves lead by 8. Golden State's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Butler dishes to Bogut. Rebound by JaVale McGee. McGee's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Curry against Lowry. Dishes to Miles. Feeds it to Bogut. Outside for Miles. 6 to shoot. Butler with room to shoot. And it's good from the elbow.
And sometimes we've got to give credit to the Butler, refining his mid-range Jimmy doing work.
And it's Durant missing. Timberwolves leading by 7. Minnesota calls timeout. Doris, you talk about great rim protectors in the league. Andrew Bogut has to be on that list.
Oh, there's no doubt. This is the former #1 overall pick back in 2005. Obviously, injuries have been a consistent theme, but when Bogut's on the court, he can change a game at the defensive end.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Curry kicks to DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down.
could tell DeMar DeRozan demanded the basketball. He wanted the chance to be the deciding factor.
Towns sets the pick for Lowry. Towns the screen. Outside for Miles. Misses the three.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Down low, McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Well, such extraordinary court vision from Steph Curry. There are not many players in the league who would have been able to pick that one out.
Minnesota leading by 3. Towns a screen on Curry. Here's Lowry, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
First free throw is good.
And Kevin, in this age of advanced metrics, the numbers back up that Kyle Lowry has turned himself into one of the best players in the NBA. Boy, you have to love his poise at the free throw line. He's never rattled, no matter how much pressure he might be under.
And it's Green, missing.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
And it's Lowry again missing. Warriors trail by 5. Outside Curry. Here's Green, and it's sent back by Bogut.
How about that extension and timing? A couple of reasons why Bogut led the NBA in blocks back in 2011.
Curry outside, knocks down the 3 ball. Curry's got 21.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch, and he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Outside, Green. He feeds it to Durant. It's stolen by Lowry. To the paint. Miles the pass to Towns. Back to Miles. Kicks it to Towns. Towns is double. And here's Miles outside. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got rebound number 8 now on the night. DeRozan dishes to Curry. Back to DeRozan. Curry against Lowry. McGee a screen. Just 5 on the clock. To take the lead. McGee. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
He fought hard for that tip-in. He doesn't take anything for granted. He's going to crash the boards on every single shot.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're down by 2. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're in front by 2. 40 seconds left to play here in the 4th. .40 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Curry against Lowry. Top Miles. Shoots off the screen. Count it!
Oh, Kevin, big-time delivery in a big-time spot by C.J. Miles. You have to love how fearless this guy is.
Curry against Lowry. Curry kicks to McGee. They kick it out to Green. Buries it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Of this we know. Draymond Green does not lack for confidence. Big-time shot there.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the 3-pointer.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're behind by 3. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul, or go for the home run.
Well, you've got to be smart regardless of what you choose to do. You shouldn't just heave the 3 if it's not there. Let's see what happens.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is Durant. From past the arc, the 3 won't fall. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, you have become a star in this league, big part of the team. Have those expectations put more pressure on you individually?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
You're not required to.
Oh, say.
And a stirring rendition of the hand with. All right, D.A., not a problem. I ordered more than enough for all of us. Well, Clark, tonight a rarity. Both these teams love to run their offense through the block, through the big men. Why is that a dying trend in the NBA?
Well, I think the three-point shot has dictated that more teams are going to utilize that. Then analytics have come into play. The three-point shot is more valuable than the easy two in many cases. So teams are really tilting their offenses towards spacing the floor, shooting the three-point shot more than pounding the ball inside. And the pace of the game now lends itself to more three-point shooting and perimeter shooting than posting up.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Dwayne Dedman. Williams is out there with Jordan. Then it's Jody Meeks, and it's Jerebko in at the 4 slot. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. Utah called for the foul. Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight, Greg, to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
Misses the follow-up. On defense, Utah, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
On the wing, Turner. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, the problem last year for the Timberwolves was their defense. Allowed way too many points in the paint. Fortunately, they've improved their defense down the stretch here.
Both free throws good from Ewing. Another issue with the Wolves and their defense was that they weren't a great rebounding team outside, of course, Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, and you know what? There weren't a lot of big issues with the Wolves' defense, but the small issues added up and cumulatively were a problem. I think they've got to continue to build on becoming a solid defensive team.
Good on the shot.
Love the tenacity from Miles, just simply skying up and finishing strong inside.
For Utah, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Lillard against Williams. Outside for Jordan. Shoots over Lillard. Another miss by Utah.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
It's Miles atop the key. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Miles really remarkably quick in terms of how he fires right after he gets a pass. No time to waste with him.
Jordan with a screen on Lillard. Williams kicks to Jordan. He used that pick to get in close.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
You know, defensively, you've got to respect Towns' jumper. I mean, that creates driving lanes for him because you do have to guard him because he'll make you pay if you don't.
Now here's Williams. Jordan the screen. Williams kicks to Jerebko. Back to Williams. Shoots over Lillard. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Williams has got his first basket.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
Outside Turner. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Utah the other way. Got a piece of it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
Now here's Ewing, and there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Turner dishes to Ewing. Dedmon with the block. Williams with the ball. Jordan the screen. Turner with the steal. And it's Towns.
Talk about bringing it. How about this combo, guys? Part super athlete, part contortionist. Towns continues to impress.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Jordan. That one wide left.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Towns wide open. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Towns has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And you see Towns doesn't dip much after the catch. I mean, he gets the ball right up to the set point and ready to deliver. Really sound fundamentals in that regard.
So Utah ends up going with a new group.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Lillard. Last season, he played outstanding. How about 27 points a game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds? And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
Now, here's Lillard. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Here's Ewing. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Jazz trail by 8. Now Rubio. 9 points last game. For 3, Beasley. Second chance shot. Here's Withy. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
And Lillard kicks to Towns. Back to Lillard. Timberwolves passing it around. And Patrick Ewing with the slam.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now, here's Rubio. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And Ewing sends it back. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Timberwolves leading by 8. Lillard the pass to Ewing. Down low, Beasley with the steal.
And great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
Here's Rubio. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
This is a part of the floor that Rubio can exploit. The in-between area.
Here's Lillard. He feeds it to Ewing, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. A drive by Barnes. Banked in off the glass. Here's Lillard. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Yeah, but his shot blocking was a factor as well. 3 on the game, just a major presence on the D.
Now here's Ewing. They lead by 4. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And he gets it to go.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here's Rubio. And it's in there.
This is what Rubio gives you. Effort combined with skill. Able to finish through contact.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Ewing. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. With this break, we have a chance to break down where the assist has been coming from tonight between the front and back court for the Timberwolves.
It's been the guards who dominated the ball, but really in a good way, creating opportunities for their teammates, and that's something they'll look to continue here down the stretch.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. And here's Livingston. Kicks it out to Crawford. The pass to Patton. Now here's Crawford. D right on him. 4 on the clock. They grab their own miss. Jazz trail by 4. Beasley outside. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Now here's Crawford. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And that does it for the first quarter. Minnesota on top. They're up by 6. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard.
I was taught to, never let anybody.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Beasley. He's out there with Jeff Withey. Ricky Rubio is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Kittle's in at the 2.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Bogut with a screen on Williams. Pass to Patton. And stolen by Jordan. Outside Williams. And Jordan has it in the corner. Back to Williams. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Outside for Jordan. Outside Williams. Another miss by Williams.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion. And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor and really looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
Greg, in the areas you just talked about, rebounding and pace, the Timberwolves are very much where they want to be.
Yeah, the team just looks to make the most out of their possessions and try to beat you through efficiency. They have players that can get easy transition points when the opportunity presents itself, but in general, they aren't trying to speed the game up.
And Meeks kicks to Jordan, and they double up Jordan. Now the dish to Dedmon. Back to Jordan. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Bogut. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
And the resume on Darren Williams. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game last season. 5 assists and 2 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling. Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it, Kevin and Greg. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
And stolen by Darren Williams. Got a piece of it. Livingston with it. He's against Williams. Anunoby passes to Crawford. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Rebko.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
Jordan kicks to Williams. Back to Jordan. On the wing, Williams. The Jazz working the ball around now. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Utah shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Here is Livingston. Screen by Bogut. There's Crawford with the 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Utah calls timeout. Clark, we know how big a Ohio State fan, I'm sorry, the Ohio State University fan that you are. Who is on your list for best players in the NBA coming out of the Big Ten?
Partner, you know me well because I was going to go right at you to correct you on that. It is the Ohio State University, as you indicated. Well, right now, probably have to go with Mike Conley. He's been superb throughout his career, particularly the last 4 or 5 years in terms of outstanding Big Ten players. Draymond Green, how can you not mention him? Double-time NBA champion. And then Oladipo out of IU, another guy that might be worthy of consideration there.
Another miss by Utah.
That's unacceptable shot selection there, Kevin. I mean, why on earth did he think that was a good look?
Lillard dishes to Towns. Here's Ewing using his post moves to get the 2 points. Now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Utah calls timeout. And the Utah Jazz back in 2014, the worst defensive team in the league by points per possession. Greg, it's been a dramatic turnaround.
One of the premier defensive teams now in our league in terms of their imposing paint presence. Not a team that gambles for steals or deflections. They keep you in front and force you to play over the top. Now, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And so Jordan nails both of them.
Solid trip from the line right there. Knocked him down, and it was easy.
Lillard with it. Over in the corner. Turner. Here's Ewing. Dedmon with the block. Here's Jordan. And then Jordan slams it in.
Love the court awareness on that one. Williams demonstrating his outstanding vision by setting up the open man.
Towns down low. Working on Rebko. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. Feeds it to Jordan. Puts it up from 12. Some solid defense from Lillard. Minnesota in the lead. Outside Turner. He kicks it to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
And no help on that one. Towns, long strides. It all the way to the rack. Way to go, big fella.
Utah calls timeout.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Smithy's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Beasley comes in for Rebko. Barnes, he's checked in for Meeks. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Darren Williams. And Rubio kicks to Jordan. Back to Rubio. Outside for Jordan. Rubio against Lillard. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. 14 points for Jordan.
Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin. Rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. The open shot by Ewing. Utah with the rebound. Withy's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Jordan. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Shot's good by Turner.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Jazz trail by 4. It's Jordan on the wing. Over Turner. Rubio with a wide open look. No good from outside. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played, but they happened to catch an opposing team at the very top of their game.
I'd venture to guess, Greg, that if that game was played in their building instead of on the road, they win it. Gotta like the confidence. Such an important part of making shots. Nice seeing a big man knock down free throws.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Miles against Barnes. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. One thing that Tom Thibodeau can be dependent on as a coach is giving his star players a lot of minutes. In fact, in Chicago, Clarkson criticized him for doing that. Others praised him for it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a team leader, he expects you to be on the floor a lot and produce a lot.
Yeah, and, you know, that's part of the job. Hey, when you get right down to it, if you're one of the best players, you've got to show up and do your job all the time. And you look at players who've played under Thibodeau. I mean, he's had the league leader in average minutes 3 times in his career as a coach. Said himself that he expects his guys to get used to what star players do, which includes a lot of minutes.
And Ewing with the block. They get it back, and that one is good by Beasley. Here's Lillard. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
And Utah making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Lillard outside. Passes it to Ewing. Takes the 13-footer, and there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That's foul number 2 for him. Utah trailing here. Rubio outside. Kicks to Jordan. And stolen by Lillard. It's Miles on the wing. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now Lillard. There's 10 seconds left in the first half. Clock at 6. Towns in the corner. Offline with his 3.
Hey, and when guys at this level are that close to the basket, they ain't missing. I mean, especially when there's no defense in the neighborhood.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody, along with Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's Minnesota out in front at the half. They are leading by 4. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. Good shot selection and nice flow of offense.
And Shaq. That'll do it.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. And so it's Minnesota with it. They lead by 4. Towns is out there with Ewing. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then it's Evan Turner. And it's Lillard in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And here is Barnes. It's hauled in by Ewing.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Outside Turner dishes it to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Turner's got 3 assists in the game. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Here's Kittles, and Ewing sends it back.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Timberwolves leading by 6. And one of the toughest parts about playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves is the travel schedule.
Yeah.
Clark, even interdivision games can involve lengthy flights, and the team travels more than any other in the NBA.
Yeah, and you know everybody travels, and it is part of the league, but it is a small disadvantage for Minnesota to deal with. Not a big one, but nonetheless something unique to them as a team. Not much you can do about it, though. That's their lot, and they've got to make it work.
And the Jazz call time here. Patrick Ewing really making a difference here.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Williams passes to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Miles dishes to Towns. Pass to Ewing. Shot clock at 6. Over Rebko. That one off the back iron and out.
Has to be disappointing seeing him miss that one, Kevin. I mean, the defense wasn't bad, but still, I think he needs to convert from there.
Jordan. And the layup's good off the glass. Jordan's got 4 this quarter.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Outside Turner to the middle. Puts it up from 12. Another miss by Ewing. Jazz trail by 4. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Good on the shot.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And Lillard kicks to Ewing. Lillard outside. Right side Turner. Chalk up 2 there. Turner's got 6 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside Williams. Jordan at the elbow. And Rebko has it in the corner. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Back to Turner. Detman with the block. Here we go, one-on-one. Jordan against Turner, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. Timeout. That's his first foul. And the Timberwolves call time. And Clark, when you look around the league today, is there a player that you watch and think, hey, yeah, that reminds me of how I used to play?
There are a number of guys that come to mind a little bit. Tobias Harris is an outstanding player, terrific young player and young man. Has a game similar to mine in that he's really versatile, does a lot of things well, not super flashy, but very productive. He comes to mind right off the top of my head currently.
Williams with the ball, now guarded by Towns. The shot's good from Rebko.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
For Utah, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Outside Jordan, and they double up Jordan. Turner with the steal. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, terrific scoring effort from Towns here tonight, Kevin. When he gets on a roll like this, very, very difficult to slow him down.
Utah calls timeout. And a look here at the shot chart for Utah.
And this is an overall excellent offensive performance for him. He's not afraid to take the tough shots. He's getting open, working within the flow of the offense. Heck, he's been the flow of this offense, and he's having a great night so far.
Williams kicks to Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
And Williams is very effective in that pick and roll. Superb at knifing passes through tight spaces in these sets.
Towns, and so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. It's going to be on Michael Jordan. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Minnesota?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
On the wing, Barnes. Another shot. Withy, no good. Timberwolves leading by 3. Off his leg, and the official saying it was kicked. The screen from Ewing, and Turner kicks to Lillard. Here's Ewing, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Ewing's got 4 points in the quarter.
I'm always appreciative of the aggressive mindset. Get it down in the paint and go to work with confidence.
Barnes passes to Withy. Yep, that one goes in there.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
Timberwolves have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the 3rd quarter. The Timberwolves have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. And the first one at the line is good.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
They set the screen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Jazz have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe. Timberwolves leading by 3. Ewing, a screen on Rubio. Lillard attacking. Here's Ewing. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. 1:52 left to play in the 3rd. Beasley the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kittles. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Patrick Ewing.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there, Greg.
There's 1:38 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Now here's Turner. 8 points for him. Towns the screen. Lillard dishes to Miles. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Miles has got 7.
Perfect arc on the long ball from Miles. His form is textbook perfect. And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket. One of the things that every great player has to have is a tremendous work ethic. And Harrison Barnes has the reputation of being an outstanding worker. He wants to be special, and he's willing to put the time in to give it a chance to happen.
On the wing, Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
Attacking the defense with the pass there, Kevin. Rubio with great vision and no hesitation on the delivery.
Here's Turner. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Well, you still got to know the situation and be aware. I mean, he wasn't getting to that ball. Best to not get out of control and pick up that foul.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here is Livingston. Now the pass to Anunoby. Screened by Bogut. Off the pick and finished off by Bogut.
And guys, right now the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Withy, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Here's Crawford. The layup off target. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 3. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing.
Defensively, we got to do it.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Jazz trail by 3, so on the floor for Utah. Beasley out there with Harrison Barnes. Then it's Jeff Withy. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Kittles in at the 2 guard.
You know, slick play that time by Rubio, doing what the guard's supposed to, force the defender to make a decision. And when he does, Rubio able to find the roller where he can do something with the ball.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And Utah adding another terrific defender this summer, trading for point guard Ricky Rubio. Rubio on a bargain contract the next 2 years. A nice move by the Jazz's front office.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Michael Jordan on the wing. He's covered by Livingston. And Meeks kicks to Jordan. Out to the right wing. Here's Jerebko. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And another thing with Rubio, the Jazz love to score with the pass. Few better playmakers in the league than Double R. Some might harp on his shooting, but he's a quality starting point guard.
5 on the clock. Livingston passes to Bogut. The rebound by Withy. Withy's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Meeks can't hit.
Excellent concentration from the deep. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. The Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Jordan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. He's off on the first. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Jeff Withy. Beasley comes in for Jerebko. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Meeks. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Darren Williams. Livingston kicks to Crawford. Pass to Anunoby. Now here's Livingston, covered by Rubio. Livingston, no luck.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
The drive by Jordan and slam dunk by Jordan.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the 2-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Pat, covered by Beasley. Crawford passes to Anunoby. Now here's Livingston. D right on him. In the corner, it's Crawford. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
Jordan. Nice D from Crawford. Timberwolves trail by 5. Patton the pass to Livingston. Tries to snap the cold streak. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down.
Timeout. And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Utah calls timeout. Both teams deciding to change it up. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
Thank you, David. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And so he makes both from the line. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lillard dishes to Ewing. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And you see the leadership of Lillard in that sequence, keeping everyone involved, not looking to do it all himself, but creating for his teammates.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Here's Kittles. Good D by Ewing.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Towns is doubled to tie it up. Patrick Ewing.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And Clark, one thing you have to love about Towns is just how self-aware and humble he is. He's always looking to hone his game, and even when he puts up a big night, he can look at the tape and find something that he's got to improve on.
Yeah, that's admirable. His humility and his selflessness, being aware of what's going on, where he needs to get better, and that's part of why I think he's a leader on this team. He'll own his mistakes, and he also is owning his personal development and improvement. So the future's bright for this guy.
And he makes the first. He doesn't get the second one. Minnesota leading by 3. And Miles kicks to Crawford. Back to Miles. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Ewing the pass to Crawford. And another 3 for Minnesota.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Here's Ewing. Kicks it out to Crawford. Fires the 3. Crawford missing again.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Rubio in the corner. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Crawford dishes to Miles. And Lillard kicks to Ewing. Here's Miles. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And Miles is a pretty well-rounded player. I mean, he's a guy who scores at a fairly efficient clip and can defend multiple positions pretty well.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Nicely done. Without much separating these teams, that's when you have to make good at the line.
The feed to Dedmon. Back to Rubio. Outside Jordan. Over Crawford. A shot by Jordan, no good.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Miles with another miss. Jazz trail by 4. Out to the right wing. Here's Jordan and Ewing with the block. 1:16 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
Smoothly taking technical to tack another point onto their lead there.
Here's Lillard. He dishes it to Crawford. The offensive rebound. Over in the corner, Lillard. Back to Crawford. For 3. Not going to go that time. And Utah the other way now. Here's Jordan. Count it. And they'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Jamal Crawford picks one up.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
And Lillard kicks to Crawford. Out to the wing. Towns a screen on Jordan. Back to Crawford. He feeds it to Ewing. Stolen by Ewing. Out to the right wing. Lillard, right side. This one for 3. It's good from beyond the arc.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now. Up big, hard to envision them losing this lead.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
Here's Jordan, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6. And so Jordan nails both of them. 12 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Lillard with it. Crawford outside. Back to Lillard.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
Bad turnover, plain and simple. No other way to describe it. I mean, he just threw it out of bounds.
Deep 2 from Crawford. Count it.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And so the Timberwolves take the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, we know that.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next time.